Good evening, everyone. I call to order the April 16th, 2025 legislative meeting. Can we stand for the pledge, please? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Kelly, can you start with the roll call, please?
Sure. Tamara Allen Thomas. Laura Arthrell.
Present.
Mike Belmont.
Here.
Danica Griffin.
Here.
Karen Lyons.
Here.
Sarah Rzuski. No. Darnika Reed.
Here.
Melanie Timbers. Here. Terry Lawson.
Here.
I'll need to please know if Miss Rzuski gets on.
This evening in executive session, we spoke about real estate and litigations. Let's move on to announcements. We have none. Presentations, we have none. Do we have any registered speakers? We have none. Public comment?
We have one public comment that signed up. That's Tim Reed.
All right, Tim Reed. Start the clock, let's see.
Hello. I want to make sure the board and the public know the scope of the audit report problems. In addition to the wrong year's budget being used, a $27 million subsequent event was missed. Assigned and unassigned fund balances were wrong. The wrong tax rate was cited. And there is still a refund of prior year revenue discrepancy between bill lists, the annual financial report, and the audit report. 4 of those 5 problems were corrected, but I was disappointed the board hasn't had any discussions about this problem. The updated audit report has no indication it is a revision. The old version is currently available in at least 3 places, and nothing in the contents of the documents show which one is the latest. I also looked for the board approval for the accounting firm to perform the audit. I can't find it. Policy 619 says the board shall employ an independent certified public accountant to conduct an annual district audit. Pennsylvania School Code Section 508 says a majority vote is required for the district to enter into contracts of any kind where the amount involved exceeds $100. As far back as board doc records go, every other year the board approved engaging the firm for the audit. It appears it didn't happen for the 23-24 audit, which seems inconsistent with policy and state law. Nothing about this process has been normal, and it has been years since the audit has complied with policy. Thank you.
Mr. Flanagan Bay also just signed up.
Okay.
Robert Flanagan Bay, Braddock. First, I'd like to say that after talking with some people who I trust, they have informed me that the PIMS position has not always been under the business manager. It has in the past, and it was at the time her daughter received her position. That much I'm sure. The document that the business manager gave out last week, just a couple of things. She had me voting yes for a particular item for her daughter to be supervisor. And the video clearly showed that I said no. And I know what went on in the executive session in terms of what I spoke on. There's no way I would have came out here and voted yes to that because of the nepotism that was going on at that time. Her highlighting, showing that I voted for her daughter to be hired in the secretary position and the bookkeeping position. At that point in time, I did not know she had a daughter in the district. I just wanted to give you clarification to the documents that she put out last week. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right,
Any public comments online?
give me a moment. All right, board matters, 3.1. We seek a motion to vote on all the April 16th, 2025 agenda items by consent.
So moved.
I want to
Yeah,
pull.
hold on, I gotta,
Mhm.
I gotta do the motions. Moved by Melanie, seconded by
Arthur.
Arthur, I apologize, thank you.
No.
Who seconded? Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. If you guys could say your last name after first and after second, that would be
Okay.
very good
I'll go.
clarification for me.
Okay.
Thank you.
Usually I'm first.
All right.
Gotta do something every now and then.
That's not the light, but I'm looking at it.
Can you suspense? That's what we're doing.
Okay. Miss Reed?
I would like to pull 3.2, 3.3, 16.1, 16.2, 16.3, 16.4, and 16.5.
Let me read those back to be sure we can do this one time. 3.2, 3.3, 16.1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah.
All right,
I have a question. Are we able to just group all of the 16s together for one vote?
Just the 16s, not the threes as
Are we able
well?
to do
or-
that?
I think we
It's
could set up a second.
unless,
What's misery?
here's a question.
The three, can we put all the 16s together for one vote?
Can I just do two motions? Well, I can't do that.
You have to
I
do three.
Three.
Do
I have
three
to
motions.
add other, like, I can't do three motions under one thing now. I don't think. All right, let me fix these and then I'll get to them.
Okay, so we can do 3.2, 3.3, and all of 16.
Right.
That would be 3.
Yeah, pretty much.
Read it back again. Motion to vote all consent agenda items except for 3.2, 3.3, 16.1, 16.2, 16.3, 16.4, and 16.5. Is this correct?
Yes.
All right, I have to change the.
This gonna be nice on Friday. And we're going to be outside. That's like 81.
Today's my mother's 85th birthday.
Happy birthday.
She had point shoes. She was on
Yeah,
point,
yeah, she was a ballerina.
but she was on point in that picture.
One of the first black.
Wow.
And she could just. she did.
Hell, did you get these sauce or did we get these from Colleen?
I did those.
Created.
Swan Lake?
Swan. Yeah, which is sweet.
Oh.
Yes, yes, they eat any type of food, I already added her. Okay, so let me get back to that because I have it adjusted. Let's make sure I get to the right motion. Okay, whenever you guys are ready to vote, I'm ready.
Mrs. Rosuski
We're
has
ready.
joined the meeting.
Yeah, I have her on.
She got her.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
So-
online voting is open for all the consent items except 3.2, 3.3, 16.1, 16.2, 16.3, 16.4, and 16.5.
All right.
Closing online voting. Motion passes 8-0. Yeah, I just have to figure out how to make them a consent, like would have to add a thing, that's what I don't understand, and cause I can't.
Like a
I
motion.
can't put a second motion underneath a motion. Cause I have to designate a final motion,
You can't just add a motion.
I
to-
can't just add a motion
approve.
under another
Yeah,
tab, because I
that's-
can only have one per tab.
Then just do that.
Yeah, is what I'm saying, so.
Can you, is there a place for it? Add
I
to it?
could, okay, so I guess I could adjust the 3.2 to reflect. Yeah, I could add a motion in there.
And make it what?
All right. All right, so.
Yeah.
Maps, leave me be.
The later they stay up, the more they sleep in.
Well,
No.
So you know, he's a man.
Does everyone have the same structure, Kelly?
They do.
Well,
Thought it
you
was
should
very
open your
appropriate.
eggs. This board just should open your eggs right now.
You leave there.
And get the message out. Even if you eat them on Easter, don't eat them at all. It is such the message inside that means everything.
The chocolate.
Mhm.
Galatians.
All right, so I changed 3.2. It's gonna be a motion to vote consent agenda items 3.2, 3.3, 16.1, 16.2, 16.3, 16.4, and 16.5.
Or the
All
ones
on
that were
one,
pulled.
yeah, I have them all on that one.
So you need a motion.
So
for
whenever, yeah,
I need
well,
some-
whenever Terry's ready to go.
Okay, what'd you say now?
3.2 is ready when you are.
Okay, I'm ready.
Laura
3.2.
Laura
Mark-
moves that those things
Okay.
be voted on.
Thank you, Laura.
Griffin seconds.
All right, thank you.
Okay, 3.2. Do I need to read this aloud?
That's up to you.
Okay.
It's entirely up to you.
Okay,
I don't know if we
We got
can
some
because
extra
of,
time.
being
We
a
sit-
school district.
Go ahead.
we seek a motion to
Okay.
vote March 12th, 2025 agenda setting meeting minutes.
I do want to raise a question because as you know, I famously keep track of everything and my profession was to be a professional reader. And Kelly, Mrs. Carnes and I go over this. I see no flaws in these meeting minutes. So if someone could point out the flaws, I would appreciate it. Yep.
I don't think they're public.
They're not.
Okay.
That's all they're voted on. That's how it always is.
Okay.
That's right.
Yeah, it's all
Yeah.
attached through board docs. Nothing that I do
Mhm.
changes that.
Yeah, but as I read these there. And a couple of us review them with you for, errors.
I do, because
and
I'm not the world's greatest speller. That's why.
and
And we look over them as,
yeah.
I've read your
as superintendent and president. So,
The only difference I've
so moved.
seen when it came to meeting minutes between ours and some other districts is, and I know we talked about it. When there's questions being asked, like the exact dialogue, maybe that is the question, that is the concern. It's not saying, like, Griffin asked this, Caroline's respond to this, like, maybe that's the question, but again, I don't know.
that would reflect in the minutes.
Yeah, well, you
I've
can
been
see it on the
more-
video, but I was also trained
Yeah.
when I went to the PSBA training to keep it simpler. It's actions only.
Yeah.
They just want the action items on there, in the notes. You don't need to put anything else. And
I
that's
was
just how they
that
told
could
me,
be-
so that's how because I was doing that until I went to the secretary's training.
Okay, so where are we at here?
Go to-
So
Oh,
can I have it moved in a second? We seek a motion to vote the March 12th,
Hold on.
2025 agenda
There's
setting.
another motion I added, Terry. Yeah.
Okay, we seek a motion to vote all consent items except,
No.
no, where we at? Or a motion to vote all
Motion to vote consent agenda items 3.2, 3.3, 16.1, 16.2.
Okay, okay, I got you. I am with you. Okay, motion to vote. I didn't see it. You put it there. Good.
Yeah, I had to make a motion.
Matt, I didn't pick up what you were putting down. I apologize. Motion to vote, all consent agenda items.
No, it's not on there, no.
It's not on there
It's
now.
not on
Just
there. We have to
refresh.
refresh.
You want me to
Okay.
just read it?
Oh, refresh?
Yeah. I
Am I
could-
allowed?
Laura, just read it because
Well, it's
clearly.
gonna show, when I hit take a vote, it's gonna show on all of your screens.
Okay.
So here, open voting. You should all
It just
see.
didn't, yeah, it didn't load.
Yeah,
'cause-
so now that should load it and you should all see motion to consent agenda items in the list of agenda. items.
Okay, I see it
See it?
now. Motion to consent agenda items.
Yeah.
3.2, 3.3, 16.1 through 16.5.
Correct, yes.
Okay,
And that is what happens, like when you change things on the fly like that, like if you're not,
okay.
yeah,
I'm with.
it makes it complicated. like,
Okay,
So it's,
Well,
yeah.
I'm okay. Got it now.
Why not make it complicated?
We like it.
No, trying to figure it out.
Every now and again, I have to do this for Donnie.
That had to be Danny.
Oh, yeah. Just to lighten the load.
All right.
Miss Reed, I'm waiting on you.
Yeah, it keeps coming off the screen.
Oh, there it went. Closing online votings.
Did you get it? You can't remember. Here it comes.
Motion passes 6-2.
Okay. 18.1. New business. All right.
Did you have a report?
All right, we seek a motion to approve the registration and travel costs of Dr. Joe Malishnik to attend the 2025 PARSS Conference at State College on April 30th through May 2nd, 2025.
Recognition.
We have a pause here because our superintendent is not online with us. And did you want to did you have anything?
Oh, just a couple things. I didn't know where we were at because
No.
I'm not logged in.
You're good to go.
Did it log out?
It logged me out, but I wasn't seeing the minutes, so I tried to log out and log back in. So I wanted to,
Right.
just a couple things, over the last week or so, just kind of let everybody know where we're at. I did get to meet with some students this past week, the student leadership group, which has been great. And we're gonna meet with them regularly. We didn't even get through half my agenda, so, and the readathon, that was the first time I was in the school library.
Isn't it
was-
awesome?
It was like, wow, you know, the school library is probably the most impressive room that I've ever visited. But it was great to see the students, that many students there participating, but then listening to us. And unfortunately, I was sandwiched between Mr. Wilson, Miss Arthurell, which I'll never do that again. I'll make sure I'm far away from those two. I want to thank Mr. Belmont and Sarah for the 4-hour tour on Friday. I really appreciate it. Seeing areas of different communities that parts of those communities that I never knew existed. And I think Sarah and I can agree, we appreciate the passion that he had. The genuine passion in the communities of which he has served over the years. So thank you for taking the time to do that.
And now you can understand why our band and football players have sleepovers, because when you live in Wilkins near Monroeville and your friend lives in Regent Square and you've gone on a bus all night to 11 o'clock, yes, you want to be with your friends, so it's gonna go late.
Yeah, yeah. So I've got to see some great areas. Again, I talked about that one baseball field you 72 was tremendous.
Quarry Field in East Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
literally,
Very
the
cool.
right Field
Very
line,
cool.
the hillside was blown out by
Yeah.
dynamite decades ago.
Yeah.
Went to nothing but last year.
I just know how I would be as a young baseball player. That's the goal, hit that field. So, and the last thing, thank you, again for Mr. Belmont for
having me come in this morning to the Forest Hills Rotary belonging to the Wilkinsburg Rotary. And Karen was there speaking, and it was a good event this morning to meet with the Forest Hills Rotary. And, you know, I've been there before, but it's not in this role. So thanks again. So slowly getting around to the community as much as possible. So we're working on it. So,
Good.
but we're getting there. But thank you. And that's all I have. Yep. Okay.
I motioned already.
Okay.
Okay, need a second?
Second.
Thank you.
Now we're voting.
Ready to vote?
18-1.
Opening voting.
No, it's
Not
too.
gonna be in there.
She
You
puts
gonna
it in
close
her-
online voting?
Starts talking, she has to take. Seems like a cow.
Motion passes 8-0.
All right.
18.
Okay.
19. Yes, Laura. What did you say?
18.2.
No, it's just that.
No, those are just notes in there for me to take.
Okay.
Like, 'cause
Yeah,
I
it's
can do it
not for us.
electronically and it'll
It's
go
not
into the
for
minutes.
us. Yeah, I just asked that. 19-1. Oh, gosh, no.
Same thing.
Like, wait a minute.
Same thing.
Old business, is there any old business?
I was gonna read one other thing under new business.
Okay,
Real quick, the schedule of findings on our audit, just wanted to make the folks aware that internal control over financial reporting, material weaknesses identified, none. Significant deficiencies identified, not considered to be material weaknesses, none. Non-compliance with material financial statements noted, none. Internal control over major program material weaknesses, none. Significant deficiencies identified, not considered to be material weaknesses, none. Any audit findings disclosed are required to be reported in accordance with number 2, blah, 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 none. So I just wanted to let the folks know that's a summary in the back of the audit that we get done annually. So job well done by our. business
job
folks.
well done, Edmund Tina. Thank you for sharing that, Mike.
And the Wednesday Axel, who also does play
awesome.
lottery.
Yeah.
In several school districts.
Yes, that was what it was.
Anything else under new business? All right, 19, old business.
Sorry, Terry.
That's all right. Old business. All right. 20.1, we seek permission to adjourn the April 16th, 2025 legislative meeting.
Perfect moves.
Arthur seconds.
Thank you.